Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another video. Okay, guys, what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about separation of variables. And separation of variables, guys. Okay, what does the word mean? What does it mean to separate variables, right? Let's break this down right quick. When you separate something, you're pulling apart from something else. Okay, from something. So, to pull apart from something, okay? Separation. Separate, sorry. This is the verb, separate. This is the action. This is being committed on what? Variables. All right? So this would be a adverbial, or it could be a verbal clause or modify, right? A verbal modify because it's describing this. Exactly what you're doing. All right? So we definitely describing what we're doing, and so I'm gonna be real particular about these terms. So to separate means to pull something from something else. It means kind of like you abstracting, okay, to pull out. So that's not quite that. So don't confuse that with abstraction, okay? We don't want to do that. All right. So we're gonna move down to the term shun. What does the word shun mean? Shun means, in this case, this is a suffix. So the suffix basically tells you it's a process of doing, right? You're committing the action. It's an action word. It's either doing or you're just committing the action, right? This is going to be a little bit long video, so let's bear with me. So you're committing the action. All right. Now we're going to move over. Okay, we're going to put this together. So separation means pulling something apart from something else. Okay, essentially what's going on here. All right, so let's go ahead and proceed to the next concept of. What does the word of means? Well, it's either talking about something or referring something to the subject. Kind of like referential, right? What we talking about? We're talking about variables. Simple enough. What does the word vary means? The word vary means to change, guys. It means to change. What is that we changing? I don't know. We're just changing, right? Basically, we talking about differential. Differential, right? That denotes a change. So that should tell you right there. Separation of variables should tell you right there something is changing. All right? Something is taking place or it's changing. It's not constant. So we move down to able. A-B-L-E. Able means something that can, right? So that can is able to do, that's have a capacity of doing something, right? So variable means something that has the ability to change. It's not constant. So we putting all this together means to separate something from something else. So you separate the x from the y's, right? If it's in a differential form. Remember we talking about standard form, okay? The last video. So this is very important, guys, to make sure we have a good comprehension of what's going on. I'm gonna bring an issue up too. What's going on in the current education system? This is not being emphasized, right? The basic phonics. So when you guys are taking my classes in differential equations, I want to make sure that I'm clear on these terms. All right. So I'm going to require you for you guys to do your part. You need calculus 1, calculus 2, calculus 3. You also need some linear algebra. Mainly Calc 1 and 3 will be feasible. Probably some Calculus 2. Please get really good with Calculus 2, but this is definitely Calculus 2 enhanced. Alright? So I'm going to have to break this down because this is another language, it's another aspect of mathematics that describes the language of science. So everything in the nature is represented in the form of differential equations. So this is one of the things you will encounter in differential equations. So I cannot emphasize enough. You gotta know this code, okay? You gotta know this code. Alright? So we're gonna conclude. Okay, separation of variable entails that you're separating the x from the y's, for example, or it could be any dimensions, right? So this plays a major role. Now this has a limitation, and thereby we have to use other techniques to solving for the solution of differential equation. So that's a whole another section. So now we're gonna be emphasizing on separable equations. We also be dealing with slope fields and all that, and solution to equations. So come the first week was February, right? So tomorrow we're gonna be getting more into this right here. So I hope we learned something. I hope we learned something, ladies and gentlemen, about separable variables. The concept, right? So the concept. I'm really big on concept. I'm really big on breaking things down. It's so critical, guys. You have a good comprehension of what's going on here. And once again, the basics not being really emphasized in school today. And I hate to say it like that. So okay, guys, this is will be on YouTube, and guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm looking for 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So yes, I need your support to keep quality videos coming. So if you don't mind, help me out by subscribing, and also we keep the content going. So let me scoot this back a little bit. Make sure you guys get the whole scoop what's going on here. All right. So let's there we go. Put it like that. Yeah, if you guys are taking notes, if you guys are taking notes, we let you give you a few more minutes to take notes, and you can always pause the video. All right, you can always pause the video for taking notes of this, because this is very important. And basically, excuse me. Another thing too, guys, we need to be very clear on terminology. A differential equation is a whole new field of study. It's going to tell new vocabularies and stuff like that. So you come to an unfamiliar term, look them up, preferably in a mathematical dictionary, or look these up in a collegiate dictionary. Okay. And for example, we can say differential equations in certain aspects requires the technique of separation of variables. To obtain the solution of the differential equations, right? That's how you use the term. Or you say certain parts of science requires a knowledge of techniques of differential equations, right? Because you want to determine the deterioration of something. You might want to look at stock prices, how it has an effect on industry, right? So when industry is doing bad, it's had to increase their prices to keep their profits, keep up the profits. So right now in Las Vegas, the price is so high because then they're not getting enough consumer spending, and thereby they have to increase their price. So we'll say the price is a function of consumer spending. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something here. Remember, click subscribe and share. Thank you so much. Bye bye.